Good morning, students. Welcome to today's English class. And since I have been receiving a number of requests from all the first year students of both BSc and BCom, I then decided to give you the summary for this one act play, The Rising of the Moon, written by Lady Gregory. And the reason behind this is very clear, that the exams are approaching fast. So I just thought of facilitating you by giving you this summary, right? So please, I'm going to dictate the summary. Listen to me carefully and write down the points accordingly. And wherever important, wherever necessary, I shall give you the spellings as well on the boards, as done in the previous times, right? Okay, girls. Now I'm starting it. The Rising of the Moon, write down the title, Lady Gregory, that is the name of the writer. She is an Irish writer. And the summary for that, right? Now start your first paragraph with the title. Start your first paragraph with the title. What is the title? The Rising of the Moon. And put the title in inverted commas. The Rising of the Moon, inverted commas, is a politically motivated one-act play. The Rising of the Moon, inverted commas, is a politically motivated one-act play. Full stop. And how do you write this one-act play? The spelling of this one-act play is one, then act, play. This is how you have to write. One hyphen act, then play. So I repeat the line once again for the final time. The Rising of the Moon, inverted commas, is a politically motivated one-act play. Full stop. It is political in its theme. It is political in its theme. Full stop. I hope you know the spelling for the word theme, girls. Okay? Full stop. Perhaps it was written with a view to propagate. Perhaps it was written with a view to propagate sentiments of political independence. To propagate sentiments of political independence by the time Lady Gregory wrote this play, Ireland was still under the direct rule of England. Girls, I shall repeat this line once again. With a view to propagate sentiments of political independence, full stop. Political independence, full stop. After that, by the time Lady Gregory wrote this play, Ireland was still under the direct rule of England. Ireland, I capital. Ireland, girls. And England, E capital. Okay? Full stop. Change the paragraph. Now once again, begin the line with the title of this one act play, the Rising of the Moon, inverted commas. Okay? Next paragraph, girls, next paragraph. Right, The Rising of the Moon is a story about how a ballad singer, ballad, B-A-L-L-A-D, ballad singer. I repeat the line. The Rising of the Moon, inverted commas, is a story about how a ballad singer, who is a disguised revolutionary hero of Ireland, brought persuasively persuasively, persuasively into change, persuasively into change, a sergeant, a sergeant, sergeant, a sergeant, comma, a loyal worker of the English government, a loyal worker of the English government, full stop. At the beginning of the play, at the beginning of the play, we come across the sergeant. We come across the sergeant, S-E-R-G-E-A-N-T. We come across the sergeant. Tempted to arrest, tempted, tempted, tempted to arrest the revolutionary hero for a fixed reward. I repeat the line, girls. We come across the sergeant tempted to arrest the revolutionary hero for a fixed reward. Full stop. As the play unfolds, as the play unfolds, as the play unfolds, UNFOLDS, as the play unfolds, comma, we come to see both the ballad singer. As the play unfolds, comma, we come to see both the ballad singer and the sergeant. Ballad singer, girls, this one. Ballad singer and the sergeant. Where is that? And the sergeant conversing each other, conversing each other, conversing each other, conversing each other. Full stop. By singing a revolutionary ballad, by singing a revolutionary ballad, comma, the disguised Irish hero tries to, the disguised Irish hero, by singing a, I repeat the line, girls, by singing a revolutionary ballad, comma, the disguised Irish hero, Irish hero tries to awaken in the sergeant feelings of Irish unity, comma, national unity. I repeat, by singing a revolutionary ballad, comma, the disguised Irish hero tries to awaken in the sergeant feelings of Irish unity, comma, national unity. Irish I capital, girls, national N capital. Full stop. Next paragraph. In the course of singing a ballad, comma, the ballad singer deliberately misses some lines, deliberately misses some lines, comma, deliberately misses some lines, comma, which were supplied by the sergeant, Full stop. From this example, comma, it becomes crystal clear. It becomes crystal clear. It becomes crystal clear that the sergeant also had the nationalistic it becomes crystal clear that the sergeant also had the nationalistic and rebellious sentiment. And rebellious sentiment. Rebellious sentiment. Rebellious sentiment. So sentiments. Full stop. But these sentiments of rebellion. But these sentiments of rebellion on the part of the sergeant were stunted by his occupational by his occupational loyalty to the English government. English E capital, government G capital, girls. Please follow these rules. To the English government, full stop. Change the paragraph. The title of the rising moon. Put this, the rising moon in inverted commas once again. Comes from a popular old rebel song. Girls, this is next paragraph. I repeat. The title of the rising of the moon, inverted commas, put the title in inverted commas, comes from a popular old rebel song that pointed to the rising of the moon, as the signal of the rising of the people, against oppression. This one, oppression. OPPRESSION. Full stop. The main characters of the play represents the opposing forces in Ireland. The main characters of the play represents the opposing forces. Opposing. Where is that? Opposing. OPPOSING. Opposing forces in Ireland. After that, put a column, 2 dots, one up and one down. This is called column. Okay? I repeat the line, girls. The main characters of the play represents the opposing forces in Ireland. Then this column, semicolon. Okay? Freedom and independence. Freedom, F capital, and independence, I capital. Comma, personified by the ballad singer. After that, in the brackets, a ragged man. Okay, I repeat it like this. A ragged man. This should be written in the brackets. Ballad singer, in the brackets, ragged man. And law and order represented by the sergeant. Full stop. The ballad singer is aligned by. The ballad singer is aligned by. The ballad singer is aligned by Okay, aligned by those who want to change the social structure. Aligned by those who want to change the social structure of Ireland. Social structure of Ireland. Full stop. The sergeant's job is to. The sergeant's job is to. Sergeant's, put it like this, girl. Sergeant's apostrophe and S. The sergeant's job is to preserve the status quo. Preserve the status quo. QUO. The sergeant's job is to preserve the status quo and avoid such a turning of the tables. And avoid such a turning of the tables. Turning of the tables. Full stop. Change the paragraph. Change the paragraph. In an important way. In an important way, comma, the sergeant and the ballad singer. The sergeant and the ballad singer. The sergeant and the ballad singer represent the two alternative forces. Sorry, represent the two alternatives. The two alternatives. I repeat the letters. In an important way, comma, the sergeant and the ballad singer represent the two alternatives. The two alternatives. I repeat, the two alternatives that face the modern Irish. That face the modern Irish now as in the past. Now as in the past. Full stop. One alternative is. Alternative spelling, girls. One alternative is to accept the power of British. To accept the power of British, B capital, and be in their pay. And be in their pay. Their, this one, girls. And be in their pay, like the sergeant. And be in their pay like the sergeant, comma, one would then be well fed. One would then be well fed and be capable of supporting. And be capable of supporting a family. And be capable of supporting a family. Full stop. The other alternative is to follow the revolutionary path. Is to follow the revolutionary path. Revolutionary path. Revolutionary path of the ballad singer. And risk the prison life. Comma, scorn, 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 prison life, comma, SCORN, scorn, and impoverishment. Full stop. The ballad singer is a ragged man. Because he has been totally reduced. In circumstances. By his political choices. Full stop. Full stop. That's the end of the summary, girls. So please take a look at these things properly and carefully. Right? I think there is still a little amount of time. Let's see this. I repeat the lines, girls, from the first paragraph. The rising of the moon, inverted commas, put the title in inverted commas, is a politically motivated one-act play. One-act play. One-act play. Okay? Full stop. It is political in theme. It is political in theme. Where do I write the theme? Okay, theme. Full stop. Perhaps it was written with a view to propagate the sentiments of political independence. Perhaps it was written with a view to propagate sentiments of political independence. Full stop. By the time Lady Gregory wrote this play, comma, Ireland was still under the direct rule of England. England, E capital. England, E capital, full stop. Next paragraph, the rising of the moon. Change the paragraph, girls. The rising of the moon, put the title in inverted commas. Is a story about how a ballad singer who is a disguised revolutionary hero of Ireland brought persuasively into change a sergeant, comma, a loyal worker of the English government, full stop. English government E capital, English government G capital, full stop. At the beginning of the play, comma, we come across the sergeant tempted to arrest the revolutionary hero for a fixed reward. Full stop. As the play unfolds, comma, we come to see both the ballad singer and the sergeant conversing with each other. Full stop. By singing a revolutionary ballad, comma, the disguised Irish hero tries to awaken in the sergeant feelings of Irish unity, comma, national unity. Irish I capital, girls, national N capital. Irish unity, comma, national unity, full stop. Change the paragraph. In the course of singing a ballad, comma, the ballad singer deliberately misses some lines, misses some lines, comma, which were supplied by the sergeant, full stop. From this example, comma, it becomes crystal clear that the sergeant also had the nationalistic and rebellious sentiments, full stop. But these sentiments of rebellion on the part of the sergeant were stunted by the occupational loyalty to the English government. Full stop. Change the paragraph. The title of the rising moon, inverted commas, comes from a popular old rebel song that pointed to the rising of moon as the signal of the rising of the people against oppression. Where did I write it? Against oppression. Full stop. The main characters of the play represents the opposing forces in Ireland. After that, a colon. Freedom and independence. Freedom F capital and independence I capital. Comma. personified, personified, I did not write this spelling, I think. Personified. Personified by the ballad singer. After that in the brackets, ranked man, ranked man. And law and order represented by the sergeant, full stop. The ballad singer is aligned by those who want to change, those who want to change the social structure of Ireland, full stop. The sergeant's job is to preserve the status quo and avoid such a turning of the tables, full stop. Change the paragraph, change the paragraph. In an important way, comma, the sergeant and the ballad singer represent the two alternatives. The two alternatives. When did I write this spelling? Yeah. The two alternatives here, it is okay. Alternatives S after this VES. The two alternatives that face the modern Irish now as in the past. Full stop. One alternative is to accept the power of British and be in their pay, and be in their pay, their THEIR, their pay, comma, like the sergeant, comma, one would then be well fed, FED, one would then be well fed, FED, and be capable of supporting a family, full stop. The other alternative is to follow the revolutionary path of the ballad singer and risk the prison life, comma, scorn and impoverishment, full stop. The ballad singer is a ragged man because he has been totally reduced in circumstances by his political choices. He has been totally reduced in circumstances by his political choices, full stop. That's the end of this summary, girls. Please make note of all these things properly and carefully and get ready for your examinations. Thank you. The time is up.